What's the smartest way you've tested your daughter's boyfriend? I pretended I didn't speak English around him for 6 months and heard everything he said when he thought I couldn't understand. My daughter Emma started dating this guy Kyle last year. Nice-looking kid, always super polite around me and my wife. Maybe too polite. He'd bring flowers every time he came over. Always offered to help with dishes. Called me sir, non-stop. Something felt rehearsed about it. I was born in Brazil but moved here when I was 10. No accent at all anymore. But my parents taught me to never lose my Portuguese. One night at dinner, Emma mentioned that Kyle was taking Spanish in college. I got this crazy idea. Next time he came over, I pretended I barely spoke English. Just smiled, nodded, and spoke Portuguese with Emma translating. Said I'd had a stroke that affected my language center. Emma was confused but played along when I explained my plan in private. She thought I was being ridiculous but agreed to help. The first few weeks, Kyle was exactly the same. Super respectful, patient with the language barrier. He even downloaded a translation app. By month 2, cracks started showing. When Emma left to use the bathroom, he'd mutter things under his breath. This food is disgusting. How long is this dinner going to take? Once I heard him quietly mock my accent to himself. I pretended not to notice, just smiled and offered more food. When Emma's birthday came around, Kyle showed up with an expensive bracelet. Later, I overheard him on the phone in our backyard. Yeah, I returned the cheap one and got the silver one instead. Her dad's loaded. Gotta look the part. That was interesting. I'm comfortable, but definitely not loaded. We live in a normal 3-bedroom house. I drive a 2016 Subaru. One Saturday, Emma had a shift at the hospital. She's in nursing school. Kyle came by anyway, said he left his charger. I let him in, still doing my broken English act. While I pretended to watch a Portuguese soccer game, he took pictures of our mail, our investment statements, even opened my desk drawer when he thought I wasn't looking. The next week, I accidentally left fake bank statements showing a negative balance and massive debt on the kitchen counter, just to see what would happen. 3 days later, Kyle told Emma he needed space and wasn't sure about their relationship. Said he wanted to find himself before getting serious with anyone. Emma was heartbroken but suspicious. She asked if my test had shown anything. I told her everything I'd heard. We waited to see if Kyle would come back once the fake bank statements disappeared. Sure enough, 2 weeks later, he texted her saying he'd worked through his issues and wanted to try again. Emma invited him over for dinner. He brought the usual flowers, called me sir again. I served his favorite meal, the one he'd called disgusting behind my back. Halfway through dinner, Emma started speaking to me in perfect English. I responded the same way. Kyle froze with his fork halfway to his mouth. You speak English? He stammered, looking at me. I've spoken English for 35 years, I said. Almost as long as I've been able to spot guys who date my daughter for her money. The color drained from his face. Emma placed her phone on the table, playing a recording of him from last week. Once I'm in with her family, her dad can hook me up with one of his doctor friends. Then I'm set for life. He tried denying everything, said I misunderstood, that my English must not be good enough to understand context. Emma held up his phone. He'd left it unlocked when he went to the bathroom. And these texts to your friends about my rich family you plan to use? Am I misunderstanding those too? He grabbed his phone and stormed out, called Emma crazy, called me a sneaky old man. Emma cried that night, but told me the next morning she was grateful. 6 months of hurt is better than years of lies, Dad. Kyle's now dating the daughter of a car dealership owner. Emma's with a guy she met at nursing school. He brings homemade cookies instead of store-bought flowers and talks to me the same way whether Emma's in the room or not.